regular verb, regular. The another part is irregular verb. So all the regular verb has some sort of patterns, verbing pattern that you need to learn. And after learning the pattern, you can conjugate. Conjugate means changing the verb with the subject. That is the meaning of conjugation. So once you learn the pattern,
What
the
is a regular
conjugation
and
becomes.
irregular verb?
Yeah, Ashwin,
What's a regular and irregular verb?
I'll tell you. I'll tell you. In English also, there is regular, irregular verb. Do you remember what is regular, irregular verb in English? Sana, you are in the school. You must be having an idea about regular, irregular.
We haven't yet done it. So
Okay, forget it. Forget it. Okay, now, what is in German regular, irregular? So first of all, in German, regular verbs are called regelmäßig Verb. Regelmäßig. Learn the name first, then I'll tell you the meaning and how it is different. So regelmäßig. May and sich. Yeah. Regelmäßig. This is the spelling of regular verbs in German. Regelmäßig. Ein Moment. Oh God. Yeah. Regelmäßig. Regelmäßig. Yeah. Regelmäßig Verben. That means the regular verbs. And the irregular verbs are called unregelmäßig. Unregelmäßig. Now, what is regular verb and what is irregular verb in German? So the answer I was giving, that all the regular verbs, ein Moment bitte. Sie ist mein sehr fresher Hundin. She is very naughty dog of mine. So please excuse. Yeah. So regular verbs while conjugation, because we need to learn the verb, right? We are listening or we'll be learning verbs now. After second chapter, you will learn all the verbs. For example, eating, sleeping, going, writing, reading. So these are all verbs. Now we have divided verb into two parts, regular and irregular. So all the regular verbs in German will follow a conjugation pattern that will help you to understand the pronoun and which word will put. For example, in English we say I eat, but she eat or she eats.
she eats.
Eats. They
Eat.
eat, right? So we add this S and S thing. With singular we add S, with plural we add eat. So normally in German, the word spelling changes. So how the spelling changes, that will depend upon this regular, irregular. For regular verbs, you will have a particular pattern with which you have to learn. For irregular verbs, there will be no pattern. There will be no pattern. You have to learn the conjugation of all those verbs. Yeah? Please let me teach Sine. Ein Moment. She normally stays inside, but somehow she came outside and she is doing a lot of, yeah. So regular, that follows a pattern, remember? And irregular, that doesn't follow a pattern. Now the question can be, what kind of pattern, ma'am? So the pattern is here, I'll tell you. So sein is irregular verb because you can see that with ish it is bin, with do it is bist, with as it is is. There is no pattern being followed. But if I come to haben, can you see a pattern here? Which means, can you see any pattern? Which means I have made some bold letters. So what do you think these bold letters can be? Okay, let's decode together. We'll first discuss what are regular verbs. So I'll give you two verbs and I will not do anything. You will conjugate the verb yourself without my help. So how will you do that? So I'll give you one thing. So the first verb that we are doing is makhan. Makhan means to do. And makhan is a regular verb. So why it is a regular verb and how it is a regular verb? So we need to do one thing. We need to conjugate Makhan with all the pronouns. We need to conjugate Makhan with all the pronouns. By the way, one more thing. This air means he, Z means she, and S. S is basically a word that denotes the non-living things. Yeah, remember S means it. So I'll tell you Makhan and you need to conjugate Makhan with every pronoun. And you don't know anything about Makhan. So let's see how do we do it. Z, one is the they wala Z, the other one is the formal Z. So I'll tell you which pattern. So the pattern is, so the pattern is here. While conjugating Makhan, Makhan is a regular verb and verb mark. All the verbs in German, they have the en ending. All the verbs in German, they have en endings. Let me give you some example. Machen, schlafen. Schlafen means sleeping, to sleep. Machen means to do. Schlafen means to sleep. Essen. Essen means to eat. And let's take another word that is schreiben. Schreiben means to write. Right now, don't consider anything else here. Just see the endings. En, en, and en. So all the verbs in German ends with en. Remember. Now, apart from en, the remaining part, except the en, the remaining part has a name. En part, the remaining part has a name. The remaining part is called verb stam. The remaining part is called, is equal to verb, that is verb stam. Stam means branch. So the branch of the verb. En is the ending and the part is verb stam. Where is Ashwin? There's a power outage and okay, I will send you. Ein Moment. Okay, Ashwin, but it was an important thing that I was discussing. No problem. I'll send you the recording and no issues. You can join in a few minutes. Then I can explain it again because it will take time. Try, keep trying. Yeah. So now, what is the pattern? So the pattern says that when we have to conjugate the verb with ish, we need to add a e to the verb stem. We need to add e to the verb stem. So the verb stem of machen is what? Mark, right? This is the verb stem. In order to conjugate it with e, ish, we need to add a e. So what will be the word? It will become with ish. What is the conjugation? If we add just a e to it, what it will become? Think. Very good. Ish, marker. Yeah. So we just need to add a e to the verb stem while conjugating it with ish. If you don't remember this thing, just remember with the ish we need to remove the n part. We don't require n. With the do, the rule says, the pattern says that we need to add st to the verb stem. So when we add st to the verb stem, what does it become? Mark is the verb stem and we have to add st. So it will become what?
Marks.
Very good. Marxed. M-A-C-H-S-T. With RZ as the rule says, add T to the verb stem. In order to conjugate the verb, add T to the verb stem. Samriti, could you tell me that what would be the word will become? The conjugation will become? Marked. Very good. With where, the rule says, leave me alone. That means, do not do anything with me. Let me be me myself. So it doesn't change. It remains the same. Makhan. No change at all. Where says, do not change me. So we need not to change. With ear, it says again, add T to the verb stem. To the verb stem. So what will it will become with ear? Sana?
Mark here.
Marked. T.
Here, T.
Marked. Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes.
Again with ZZ, we have to make no changes. That means the verb will remain in the infinitive position. Infinitive means when the verb is in this full name, we call it infinitive. Infinitive position. So no changes means the verb will not change. It will remain machen. Yeah. So now the conjugation became like that. Ich mache, du magst, sie, es. All the three takes marked. Wir, no change, machen. Ihr, it is same as RZS marked. And ZZ, again, no change, it will remain machen. So this is the pattern, this E, ST, again T, and here no change at all. Again, in here we have T. So this is the pattern that makes the verb regular. So all the regular verb will follow the same pattern. Now, in my all, I am not guaranteeing about 100% of the verbs, regular verbs. There can be some verbs which can make certain changes in the ear part. Some, let's consider 2% of the verbs, which will not follow any rule. But all the verbs will follow, all the regular verbs will follow this pattern, adding E to the verb stem. Yeah. Ashwin, you came late, so I was telling them every verb has EN in their spelling. So EN part, apart from that part, except the EN part, the remaining part is known as verb stem. The remaining part of the verb is known as verb stem, and we need to add something to the verb stem to conjugate the verb. So I told them with ish, we need to add E to the verb stem. So the verb stem of machen is mark. So when we add E to mark, it becomes marker. When we add in the do form, we add st to the verb stem. So when we add st to the verb stem, it becomes marked. Similarly, you have the list here. With ish, it's E. With st, with do, it is st. With rzs, it is t. With wir, it doesn't change. With ear, it is t. And with z, it is haben, doesn't change. So now, imagine if I give you another verb, which is a regular verb. Can you conjugate yourself? Let's see that. So I'll give you another verb, which is chatten. Chatten means to chat. It's a very, very common verb in German. Chatten. Chatten. We don't say it chatten. We call it chatten. Chatten means to chat. So can you conjugate the verb with ish, do, z, s, remembering the pattern? Wir, ear, and z. Who can do this for me? You just need to remember the pattern. The pattern says with ish, you need to add E to the verb stem, do st. With rzs, you have to add t. With wir, leave me alone. That means no change. Let me write it as no change. So it will remain the same. Machen, no change. Ear, again add t to the verb stem. And zz, no change. So let's see who can do this word for me. Ish. So Sana, you tell me for chatten. How do we write for ish?
We add an E. So
Okay, warten. Let's do one thing. Move this word. Let's write kochen. Kochen means to cook. Now do it. Ish, yeah, tell me what it would be. We add E, so it will become what? If we add E to cock? Very good. Ish koche. That means, what is the English translation for this?
I cook.
Very good. I cook. Now, Samriddhi, you have to tell me with do. What it is with do?
Du kochst.
Coxed. Do, coxed. It means you cook. Very good. Ashwin, if you have understood, can you tell me with RCS? The pattern with RCS, we need to add T to it in the verb stem. I think he is struggling with his net. Okay, Sana, could you tell me for RCS?
Yes, ma'am. We added T, so it should be cooked.
Very good. RCS, cooked. Very good. So that means he, she,
It
or
cooked.
it cooks. Yeah. Okay, cooks. Then for wear, what is the word with wear, Samriddhi?
Kochen.
Yeah, very good. We are kochen. With ear, that means we are kochen means we cook. Yeah. Now, with ear, Sana,
We add an E, right?
no, with ear we add T.
Okay, yes, ma'am. So it should be cooked.
Very good. Ear cocked. That means you both cook. Last one, that is de wala Z and Z wala, that is formal Z. So here, Samriddhi,
It remains the same, the word, right?
same. So kochen,
Kochen.
no change. So this means they cook, or in the formal it would mean you cook. Now, so even though you have heard this word for the first time, kochen is a verb in German which means to cook, but then you could conjugate the verb yourself. So this is why we called it regular verbs, because all the regular verbs follow a pattern in their conjugation. Now, shall I give you one example for irregular verb so that you see that it doesn't follow any pattern? Okay. Let me give you an example for irregular verb. So which easy irregular verb should I pick up? That's tough. Okay. 9. That is all. How can regular verb? Type in 9. That's how regular verb. I don't remember. Oh, pardon? Ich habe irregular verbs vergessen. I have forgot. No. Ein Moment. Okay, let me see. Easy irregular verbs in German. Okay. Yeah. My God, they also giving me B1 list of verbs. Why it is so? Okay, let's do it as arbeiten. Arbeiten means to work. Yeah. Now, what happens here? Or let's say, now this work is again a bit weird here. I'll look for a more different thing. 9. Let's take arbeiten. Good. We'll do it. Now, arbeiten is to work. And now let's see how the work is changing. Ich arbeite. Okay. In the irregular verb, not all the pronouns will have a different word, but something will be different from the pattern. Du arbeitest. Yeah. Sie es arbeitet. Okay. Ihr arbeitet. Wir arbeiten. And sie arbeiten. So now look at it here and let me know what is the change that you see here, which was not in the pattern.
We are adding E.
Okay. So apart from adding ST, we are adding here EST. Okay. And here also, I think, okay, rest of them, they are following a pattern. So now, what is the rule in the irregular? So in the irregular, there is no rule. You need to learn them because you cannot guarantee, even nobody can guarantee that if it has changed here like this, will it change in the next or not? So in the irregular verbs, it's better to learn them. Yeah. Another example for, okay, I'm giving you both two regular verbs. Write the conjugation in front of me, like in the class. So two regular verbs more. Okay, spielen. Spielen means to play. You did this verb in the introduction part. Ich spiele gern cricket. To spielen means to play. Write down for this. And schreiben. Schreiben means to write. Okay, there are two regular verbs. Try to write the conjugation in the copy and I will discuss that. Okay, one thing I would like to clarify here. Okay, this arbeiten is not exactly a regular verb, is not exactly an irregular verb, because you can see others were already following the rule. Yeah. So it is somehow regular and irregular both. Both means it is somehow behaves like regular by following the pattern. Similar, a little short changes can be there. For example, in do. So now, if I tell you why is the change here? So if I remove this st part, so for Germans, it becomes little clumsy to read this word. Arbeist, arbeits. They are not able to read it. So in order to make their reading more easy, they added an est to it so that it becomes arbeitest. So just because making the pronunciation a bit easier, they have added here est. So it is not a rule and it is not an irregular verb completely, because we have seen no changes, major changes, just in the changes of like this. So you will come across many verbs, like I told you in the regular also, there are 2% verbs which don't follow any pattern and you have to learn them. So arbeiten comes in the category of those 2%, which is regular, but still it is some in the do part, it is not following the rule. Irregular verb is this I remembered right now, geben. Geben means to give. This is a completely irregular verb. How? So let's see the conjugation. Ich gebe, du gibst. Du gibst. Then sie, es gibt. Ihr gebt. Sie geben, and wir geben. So in this word, you can see it is completely different. It is completely different. We have changed the spelling also. It is completely different. So this is a completely irregular verb because it is in this particular conjugation, many things are changing. So geben is a irregular verb. You need not to do anything here. You just need to learn this. So we will learn the irregular verbs afterward. Right now, just write the conjugation for spielen and schreiben, because they both are regular and you can follow the same rule. Once you are done, let me know. Then I would hear the conjugation from you both.
We only have to write the conjugation for regular verb, right?
Yeah, spielen and schreiben, regular.
Okay,
You have to
done.
write it. Yeah, you have to write it like this. Ich spiele, du, and then you have to complete it like this. Spielen and schreiben, these are the verbs.
Done.
Done? Great. So, Samriddhi, I would like to know the conjugation of spielen from you.
Ich spiele,
Hey,
du
just a moment.
spielst,
So let's see for spielen. Ich spiele. Very good.
Ich spiele. Du spielst.
Very good. Du spielst.
Sie, es spielt.
Sie spielt. Okay.
Wir spielen.
Very good. Wir spielen.
Ihr spielt.
Ihr spielt.
Sie spielen.
Sie, both the Z's. Sie and sie
Sie
spielen. Yeah.
spielen.
Very good. So, Sana, you had the same answer?
Yes, ma'am. For spielen, I have the same answers.
Okay. Let's see. Have you written for schreiben?
Ma'am, I haven't written, but I can say it.
Great. So, ich.
It will be ich schreibe.
Very good. Ich schreibe. Du.
Du schreibst.
Very good. Schreibst, not schreibst. Schreibst.
Yeah, schreibst. Then sie es schreibt.
Very good. Schreib.
Wir schreiben.
Very good. Wir schreiben.
Ihr schreibt.
Ihr schreibt. Okay.
Sie schreiben.
Sie schreiben. Very good. So, Samriddhi, you had the same answer for schreiben?
Yes, I had the same answers.
So, this is, now if anybody asks you what is regular verb in German, just let them know that in the regular verb, there are some verbs, 80% of the verbs or 90% of the verbs, they follow up same pattern while conjugating it or while conjugating themselves. There are some 2% verbs, those who doesn't follow any pattern, they have a little bit change. For like arbeiten, I showed you in arbeiten, this was a little bit different than the others. So this is also regular, but then somehow it changes a bit. Yeah, this is also regular, but then 2% it changes a bit and we have to learn it. In the irregular verbs, we have no pattern and we have only one way to learn the conjugation is to learn them. For example, geben. In the geben, you see there is no in do, or ers, we don't follow any pattern. So it's very good, or it's the safest thing to learn the conjugation. But right now, we need not to discuss the irregular verbs because in the book, you are mainly discussing or will be doing the regular verbs first. So is it clear how are we conjugating the regular verbs? Okay.
Yeah.
Last information for today. In German, there is no present continuous tense. For example, in English, we say, I cook, I am cooking, right? But in German, for both the sentences, we say, ich koche. And for I am cooking also, we say, ich koche. There is no present continuous tense in German. If you are writing, ich schreibe, so it can mean both. Either I am writing or it can also mean I write. So there is only one present tense in German, that is simple present tense, no continuous.
Ma'am,
Okay.
how will if you tell this like this to the other person, then how will the other person get to know that you were at the moment writing or you just normally say right?
No, if you talk to a German person, for example, you are telling, for example, somebody asks you that, Sana, what is your hobby? So you would say, ma'am, ich schreibe jeden Tag. So schreibe jeden Tag means I write daily. But if somebody asks you, Sana, what are you doing right now? So you would say, ich schreibe. So the question will depend. If they're asking you, what are you doing right now? Or what do you do? So the question will make the answer different. It is like that. If somebody will ask you, for example, if I'm talking to Samriddhi, so if I would say, Samriddhi, what do you cook? So somebody would say, yeah, I cook. So I would say, what did you cook, or what do you cook normally? So somebody would say, ich koche Nudel und rice. Matlab, I cook rice and noodle. But if I ask Samriddhi, what are you cooking right now in German? Was kochen Sie? So Samriddhi would say, ich koche rice. That means I am cooking rice. So the question will depend upon how the answer should be in the continuous or the answer should be in the present tense. So that is on the question thing. You need not to worry about it. For the information, there is no present tense, present continuous tense in German. Okay. So are you clear with the two verbs? We haven't discussed haben yet. Haben we haven't discussed. We did sein.